Sports Shots now catching up with Buckingham Athletic Development Manager Jake Honour after Saturday's 3-0 defeat to Long Crendon in the Berks and Bucks Intermediate Cup. Jake, after a long cup run, it's come to a disappointing end. How are you feeling tonight?
Obviously disappointed, working this hard over the past sort of 7 or 8 rounds, and then coming to now and just sort of the way we went out was just disappointing. We had a really good warm-up, and unfortunately it just didn't go out onto the pitch, and the first 45 was sort of what set the tone. We definitely upped it at half-time, but then sort of 2 little pieces of naivety from our players to get themselves sent off just cost us, and then they scored their second and third goals on the counter, and then unfortunately we were just...
Do you think it was just a case of you didn't turn up?
Yeah, I think we played Penn and Tyler's in an earlier round, and they're sort of neck and neck with Long Crendon in their league, so we sort of had a little idea of what to expect, and I think if we had turned up then at least it would have been a lot closer, maybe split by 1 goal here or there, or but unfortunately 1 mistake and then 2 counter-attack goals, and we were chasing it with less men, just killed us.
Were they better than you thought, or...?
They're clearly good players. I think we did anticipate they'd be good. You're not as high in the league as they are, top of the league, scoring that many goals by having weak links. We knew they'd be strong, we knew they'd be physically good, but I think if we had just put our all into it for the whole 90 minutes, it would have been a lot closer, a lot better fought between us.
Your thoughts on the dismissals?
I've spoken to them both. Obviously disappointing because they let the boys down today. They know it, so they don't need to be told anymore. But that's all I'll sort of say on that matter, just because it's a little bit of obviously a sensitive subject with both of them. But they both know they've done wrong.
Are they contesting that they shouldn't have been, or are they putting their hands up? And
I think admitting that the sort of the heating of the game, the passion that they were showing, which I don't mind showing passion, but it's just they're both young, both 19. They'll learn from that. Well, that's the only thing they can do. They just have to learn from that and make sure they keep their cool in the future games.
It's been a disappointing 7-8 days. How on earth are you going to pick them up after last week penalty shootout and then this week lose a cup final? You've still got that league to go and win.
Yeah, last week was disappointing for the whole 90 minutes. We just weren't at it at all, missing a few players that were sort of key to, or have been key to our season this year. Sort of threw the momentum off last week, but then this week, going up to it, we were in good spirits where everything was there. Unfortunately, the game just wasn't to be. But we've gone from possibly winning 3 things to 1. Now we can focus all our attention on that one. It would have been the last one anyway. But now we really have to fight for it, because if we don't fight for it and we finish with nothing, then it really won't be a good season for us.
You look at Long Crendon today, you talk about next season. Is it something that worries you, or something that you think the boys are going to have to just get to grips with, and that will be a learning curve?
Well, I think possibly they may be getting promoted. I'm not sure, because I know they've just changed to Oxford City, in which case bodes well for us, because we know that we could give them a game sort of with 9 men. I know we didn't create that many clear-cut opportunities, but for a team that scored over 100 goals, only conceding 3, sort of, for me, looking ahead to next year is a positive, because I know we can go into that league and cause a problem.
You're talking about winning the league this year. You can't not win it, can you, from the position you're in?
Well, we could if we lose all 5, but we just need 5 points from 5 games. So hopefully we've got games next Saturday, next Monday and next Wednesday, so hopefully with those 3, well, hopefully on Easter weekend we will wrap up the league with 6
So you
points.
can clinch it on Easter Monday with 2 wins out?
If results go our way, we can win it on Saturday, but I don't want to have to rely on that.
Well, commiserations on today. I'm sure it's going to be a long bus ride home for you, and we'll catch up with you hopefully when you've got that league trophy in your hands.
Fingers crossed.